Hello folks, Maximum RD back again, here to share my modest handheld collection with you. I'll start off by saying that I did have a GP32 handheld a while back, but went to use it one day and found that it just was completely dead. So I don't know what happened there. I'd gotten rid of that since, and I've also owned the GP2X. I actually had two models of that. I like those kind of devices that are basically have run on a Linux core and are open source. And I had a lot of fun with those early handhelds for sure. But you know, I sold off my two GP2X to some people, you know, for a good deal, because I just got in. I found I wasn't using them much, and then I got into other things. But having said that, I have to say this is, and it's pretty well worn. Let's get a little close up here. This GP2X, hello, this Nintendo Game Boy Advance SP was my first handheld. Yep, I never experienced the original, Game Boy, nor none of the older handhelds like the TurboGrafx handheld or the original Game Boy or Atari Lynx or anything like that. I actually was quite late to the game and started off with a Game Boy Advance. And I have to say, initially, I don't know if the battery's going to work. It's been sitting for a long time. Is that no volume? Oh, on off. Oh my god. Wow, it's been sitting in my closet for like a couple years. Pretty wild. So that's booting up. Yeah, cool. You know, you notice an odd menu here, and that is due to this product right here. It's an early, it's the EasyF Advance flash card, 256M, which I believe in this case stands for megabits, not megabytes. But I believe it still works. I don't know if the battery's still good, if it's still saving games. But yeah, that's this nice red Game Boy Advance SP was my first personal use of a handheld gaming device. And boy, did I get a lot of playtime out of this little baby, I have to admit. I was intrigued a few times with the original Game Boy Advance, you know, the other one that was shaped differently. But I never liked the fact that it didn't have a lit display. I mean, I know you could mod it, or you could buy an accessory and attach it to give it light, etc. But I never liked those things, you know. And without modding it or attaching some kind of light device, you know, you couldn't see it outside or really even in a brightly lit room. So it had great games, but I couldn't bring myself to buy the original Game Boy Advance. So when this came out, the Game Boy Advance SP, and now we had a lit display, I jumped on it right away. And at that time I was working security still, working all night shifts, and sometimes it was very boring. So I got a lot of playtime with that and this flash card here. Here's some of the accessories. What is that there? Oh, GBA Flash Link software on this weird little CD. Of course, a cable to go with it, USB cable. Okay, and the original power adapter. So yeah, you know, pop that in, and I used to download ROMs that I would obtain online and play all the latest Game Boy Advance games. This was probably the last one I had. Okay, Pocket NES, which is a original 8-bit NES emulator for the Game Boy, and The Sims 2 was the last game I played and completed, actually, on the system. Had a lot of fun with it, gotta say. Really enjoyed it. But anyways, I only got so much time, so let's get to the other ones. Oh, I will also, just to add, another device I had was this product, Movie Advance. Claimed to play movies, musics, electronic books, never got that to work really well. But anyways, yeah, you would pop this into your, there's a software, pop this into the system, and if you look at the menu here, there you go. Basically, yeah, you could play videos and music. I think you had to convert them though, and watch ebooks and stuff like that. And it used a compact flash card. You would pop a compact flash card into the front here, and then pop this into your Game Boy Advance, and you use it. I was really trying to get the most out of my Game Boy Advance because it was the only handheld that I had, so I was really pushing it with what I could do with it. But there you have it. Still have the original AC adapter, Game Boy Advance player, original flash card, and everything still apparently working. So that's great. I'm sure at some point I'm going to sell or trade this entire package, but I won't get into that. Don't start emailing me and things like that. I'm taking care of other priorities right now. But it will sit along with a bunch of other things that I eventually plan to look into trading or selling. So moving on from that. Geez, 6 minutes already. Oh my god. Okay, moving on from that, I'll just cover this. I have two Sony PSPs. Both of them have the same problem. This analog nub. Not working correctly. If I turn on a game and start running a game, the character is already moving off to one direction by himself. I've tried everything. I've cleaned it. I've taken it apart. I've cleaned it. I've put it back together. I've tried it on both systems. This one has a replacement faceplate. And both have the exact same problem of the analog nub just not working properly, not responding properly. So needless to say, it's been a pain in the butt. This was the one that I actually would bring with me. It's very well worn, well used, and the cover's missing on the back where the UMDs go. But I didn't care because it worked. I didn't play UMDs because both model PSPs here have been hacked. They have hacked firmware on them. So I was running everything from games to, movies to everything off of the memory stick. So I didn't actually ever use the UMD feature. So I carried this one around with me, especially when I worked in places like City Park overnight and stuff like that, because to anyone else it would just appear to be some busted piece of electronics and probably people wouldn't be too interested in it. But on that note, a funny thing here, I'll pop in this battery. This one's got a really nice interface. It's just a nice skin that I had put on it. Oh, sure, I would put in the one battery that's not working, right? Sorry about that, guys. Well, anyways, in comparison, I'll show you this skin. Now, it's the last hacked firmware. Let's see here, system settings, system information, 500M33. That's the hacked firmware on there by, I can't remember his name. This guy's very popular with creating the hacked firmwares, but I don't think he's done any updates in a while. But, there's your standard skin, basically. Okay, very nice. And that's a silver faceplate I put on this one as a replacement. Now let me pop this one in. Now, I really like the skin on this one. This has got an Indiana Jones type theme to the skin. Check this out. Loading up here. And, set time and date. Yeah, whatever. Just load. There we go. See, it's an Indiana Jones theme. You have maps and the gold chalice and, there's like a snake barrel right there and a crystal skull. All kinds of really nice looking skin. I like it a lot. I think it's cool. So, anyways, that's that. Two PSPs by Sony, both with the same problem with the analog nub, which I've tried to clean. I've tried to fix. I heard that if you replace the faceplate and you don't put all the screws back in, that it can act screwy. I know if I apply pressure right here constantly, that then the nub seems to work fine. So I've tried to do weird things like inside just put extra material to create pressure, etc., but nothing seems to work right. So the analog nub is a bit screwy on both. So for the longest time I've been using them for nothing more than MP3 players. But anyways, I'll continue in the next video. This is going to take longer than I thought.